सदैकप्रियदर्शनम् अज्ञाननाशकं देवं सद्गुरुं मुरलीधरम् मुरलीमण्डितकरकमलं मुनिजनमोहनं व्यत्यस्तपादं वनमालाधारिणं प्रेमभक्तमण्डलनित्यकीर्तितं श्रीप्रेमिकवरदम् आश्रयेऽहम्।
हरे राम
राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे।
गोपिका जीवन स्मरणं
गोविंदा गोविंदा।
सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की
जय।
By the immense grace of our Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Maharanyam Shri Shri Muralidhara Swami Ji, Madhuri Sakhi Sameta Shri Premika Vardhan Thakur Ji, and with the blessings of our dear Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra Devi, we will hear, sing and experience the life of Jayadevar and his compositions known as Ashtapati, also called as Gita Govindam. We all know Vedas are the basis of our religion, right? In that Vedas, there is mention of only two kshetras, two temples. One is Tirupati and the other one is Jagannath Puri. Jagannath Puri is also called as Rahasya Vrindavanam. Even today, great bhaktas like Prahlada, Narada, Parashara are all walking around in Jagannath Puri temple. It's an Annakshetram. There is offerings for Lord Jagannath every 2 minutes. There is offerings, Chapan Bhog offerings every single day. Jagannath Puri Prasadam itself is Bhagavan. As per Shastras, there are certain types of food that you should never eat. You should not eat if a hair falls into some food, you should never eat that. If cat smells some food, you should never eat that. But it is said, Poona vaayila irundhu pudingi Jagannath Prasadam saapidalaam. You can take Jagannath Prasadam from cat's mouth and eat it. That's the greatness of Jagannath Puri Prasadam and that's the greatness of Jagannath Swami. The two bhaktas should always come to our mind. One is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who has established this Yuga Dharma of chanting Hare Rama Mahamantra. Mahaprabhu lived only for 48 years and in that 48 years, 18 years he lived in Jagannath Puri and at the end he merged with Jagannath Swami. And the other bhakta we should always remember is Jayadeva Swami. Jayadevar has composed 24 Ashtapatis and he has dedicated all 24 Ashtapatis to Lord Jagannath. There are innumerable number of Mahans who have composed several granthas on Lord Shri Krishna because there is so much of scope to write about Krishna, right? His smile, his leelas, his pastimes, they are also attractive. Though there are so many Mahans who have composed several granthas on Lord Shri Krishna, the place, the sthanam Ashtapati has in the hearts of Krishna Bhaktas is very, very special. Today we will hear how Lord Jagannath Swami himself is showing to this world that this Ashtapati is so dear to him. Now getting into the life of Jayadeva Swami, Jayadevar was born in Orissa. It used to be called as Uchchala Desam. There was a place called Kindubilvam. There was a Madhavan temple in Kindubilvam. All the people around that area had Madhavan as their Kuladevam. They were all worshipping Madhavan. Jayadevar was born in a family who were worshipping Madhavan. His parents were Bojadevar and Ramadevi. So Jayadevar from his very young life, he is looking at everybody. People are getting married, having children. Life goes on like that, right? So he doesn't want to get married. He wants to be a brahmachari throughout his life. So he does tapas, he does Mauna Vratam, he goes and sits in the forest nearby for hours together. That's how he was. But Bhagavan has a different plan. Because Bhagavan is seeing so much of Kavita Rasam in Jayadeva's heart. People who are Rasikas, people who have Rasika Hridayam should do Krishna Bhakti. If somebody is a viraktan, then they can do Mauna Vratam, they can do tapas or whatever they want to. But Rasikas should do Krishna Bhakti. But Jayadeva wants to be a brahmachari, he doesn't want to get married. That's his plan. On the other side, there is another family, Devaraja Sharma and his wife. They were living in Jagannath Puri and they were bhaktas of Lord Jagannath. They didn't have child for so many years. People were calling them childless, people were treating them so inauspicious, so they were so upset. So they go and cry at the feet of Lord Jagannath. Jagannath, please bless us with a child. Everybody is treating us so inauspicious, we cannot take it. We promise you, if we have a child, we will give the child back to you in your service. So with the blessings of Lord Jagannath, his wife gets pregnant and they had a beautiful girl. They name her Padmavati. When Padmavati is grown up a bit, Devaraja Sharma is remembering the promise he gave to Lord Jagannath. He said he will give back the child to Lord Jagannath, right? If it was a boy, he could have just left him in the temple and tell him, do all the kainkariam for all the bhaktas who come, clean the temple, do all that. But it was a girl, so he could not do that. But he wants to be a Satyasandha. He wants to keep up the word he gave to Lord Jagannath. So he is praying Jagannath to show a way. That night, Jagannath Swami comes in his dream and tells him, Devaraja Sharma, there is a boy named Jayadeva. He is in the forest nearby. He is doing tapas. Go and get your daughter married to him. Giving your daughter to Jayadeva or giving your daughter to me, both are same. So next day morning, Devaraja Sharma goes to the forest with Padmavati and they meet Jayadeva. And Devaraja Sharma is saying, Swami, Bhagavan came in my dream last night and told me that I have to give my daughter married to you. Jayadeva is shocked. He didn't expect that. He wanted to be a brahmachari, right? He is saying that Bhagavan who came and told you in your dream, let him come and tell in my dream, then I'll marry. This is another technique to get your daughter married. So this won't work with me. So you better go away. And he closes his eyes. But Devaraja Sharma is so confident because it was Bhagavan's words, right? So he tells Padmavati, he is going to be your husband. So you stay here and do kainkariam, and he leaves her. And Padmavati is staying in the forest. Whenever Jayadeva goes to tapas, she'll come, she'll clean the place, put beautiful kolam, and she will bring all the flowers for puja. She'll make a garland and keep it there. Jayadeva is looking. So he's thinking, this place has become now so beautiful. Who is doing all this? And then he's asking, who did all this? And Padmavati comes in the front and she is saying, I did it. And Jayadeva is asking, who are you? She is saying, I am Padmavati. Padmavati iti vikyata tasya patni pativrata anukula swabhavascha sarva sadguna samyuta. So Jayadeva is asking, oh, you are the one who came with your father yesterday. Did he leave you here? Remember, I am a brahmachari. You cannot stay with me. I cannot get you married. So you immediately go away from this place. But he's saying, but wait, you have cleaned this place. You have made this place so beautiful. You have done so much of kainkariam. So I cannot send you like that. Ask me something, take it and go away. But you have to go. Then Padmavati is asking, Swami, can I ask you anything? Then Jayadeva says, yes, you can ask me anything. Then Padmavati says, you have to marry me. Then Jayadeva realizes, okay, it is Bhagavan's arrangement. It is Bhagavan's Leela. Because those days, people keep up their words. He said yes without his consciousness. So, he understood it's Bhagavan's arrangement. So, he has to marry Padmavati. So, Jayadeva marries Padmavati. And Jayadeva and Padmavati together are doing Krishna Bhakti. So every day Padmavati would get everything needed for Thirumanjanam. She will make a beautiful garland. She decorates Krishna beautifully. And Jayadeva is so happy doing Krishna Bhakti with Padmavati. One day Jayadeva is sitting in front of his Radha and Krishna. Krishna is smiling so beautifully. Radha is also smiling so beautifully. And he feels inspired to write Mana Leela. Mana Leela is nothing but having the divine couple Radha and Krishna as Nayaka and Nayaki. That is Mana Leela. Writing something having the divine couple as Nayaka and Nayaki. To give an example of Mana Leela, in Jagannath Ashtakam, Adi Shankara is saying, once in the Rath Yatra, Radha is going with Krishna in the Rath. If it was Rukmini, she was a princess, she was a Rajakumari, she knows to hold the Rath when the Rath goes very fast, because she has been going in the Rath from her childhood, right? But this Radha was a girl from cowherd family. She doesn't know to hold the Rath when the Rath goes so fast. So now the Rath is going so fast and Radha is hugging Krishna. Krishna is feeling so happy, I got Radha's Alinganam. And Adi Shankar is saying, Krishna Narikarthu irukattum, Radha Krishna Alinganam paatha enakku Puriyatra sabalamachu. I am so blessed seeing Radha and Krishna's Alinganam. Radha Sarasavapu Alingana Sukaha Jagannatha Swami Nayana Padakami Bhavatume. So that is Mana Leela, having Radha and Krishna as Nayaka and Nayaki and writing something. Now Jayadevar is inspired to write Mana Leela, right? He is remembering an incident that is mentioned in Brahma Vaivarta Puranam and Naradiya Puranam. Once in Vrindavan, Nanda Baba is walking with so many cows, and Radha and Krishna, they are walking in the streets of Vrindavan. Suddenly it becomes so dark, rainy clouds are formed, it gets really so dark, it starts thundering, it starts lightning, then all the cows are screaming because they are all so scared now. Suddenly the weather changed and it has become so dark, they are all so scared. Now Krishna is also so scared, it seems. So Krishna also starts crying out of fear. And cows were screaming, Krishna was crying, Nanda Baba didn't know what to do. He could not manage. So he is calling Radha and telling Radha, see, Krishna is also scared, cows are also scared, I cannot manage both of them, Radha. So you take care of Krishna and you both go home. I'll manage the cows and I'll come back home with cows. So what happens now? Radha and Krishna enter into a Nikunjam forest nearby and the Mana Leela begins. Meher meduramambaram vanabhuvaha Shyamastamalidrumai Naktam birurayam tvameva tadimam Radhe graham prapaya Ittam nandanideshataha chalitayoho Pratyatva kunjadrumam Radha madavayor Jayanti yamuna kule Rahakelayaha. Radha and Krishna enter into a forest nearby on the banks of Yamuna river.
யமுனை கரையில் ராதையும் கண்ணனும் வந்து கூடினர் கோபியர் கோபர்கள்
யமுனை கரையில் ராதையும் கண்ணனும் வந்து கூடினர் கோபியர் கோபர்கள்.
யமுனை கரையில் ராதையும் கண்ணனும் வந்து கூடினர் கோபியர் கோபர்கள்.
யமுனை கரையில் ராதையும் கண்ணனும் வந்து கூடினர் கோபியர் கோபர்கள்.
யமுனை நதியும் ஜல ஜல என ஓட யமுனை
நதியும் ஜல ஜல என ஓட
பட்டொளி வீசிற்று முழுமதிவானில்.
பாட்டொலி வீசிற்று முழுமதிவானில்.
யமுனை நதியும் ஜல ஜல என ஓட பட்டொளி வீசிற்று முழுமதிவானில்.
யமுனை நதியும் ஜல ஜல என ஓட பாட்டொலி வீசிற்று முழுமதிவானில்.
Now Jayadevar is saying, who will enjoy this Mana Leela? People who have Rasika Hridayam only will enjoy this Mana Leela. Because Sukamuni is saying in Bhagavatam, right? Rasikaha bhuvi bhavukaha. Rasikarhale varungal. So Jayadevar is saying only such people are going to enjoy this Mana Leela. And he is beginning his first Ashtapati by glorifying 10 avatarams of Vishnu. We'll all sing together few verses of first Ashtapati.
प्रलय पयोधि जले गोपाल कृष्ण धृतवानसि वेदम् कृष्ण विहित चरित्रमखेदम् केशवाधृत हीन शरीर जय जगदीश हरे हरे
There are 24 Ashtapatis in total, and each Ashtapati has 8 charanams, but first one has 3 extra. So Jayadeva is compensating that in the 10th Ashtapati. So 10th Ashtapati has only 5 charanams. Now in the second Ashtapati, Jayadeva is doing Jayagosham for all these Dasa Avatarams of Vishnu. He is saying to the one who is the protector of Vedas, to the one who has saved Mother Earth from Hiranyaksha, and to the deceiver of Bali. So all the 10 Avatarams of Vishnu, he is doing Jaya Jaya Deva Hare.
श्रुतकामला कुचमण्डला घृतकुण्डला कलितललिता वनमाला जय जय देवा हरे हरि गोविंद गोपाल जय जय देवा हरे दिनमणि मण्डल मण्डना भवकण्डना मुनिजन मानस हंसा जय जय देवा हरे
In the third Ashtapati, Jayadeva is saying in which season, in which Ritu this Mana Leela is happening. It was a splendid spring season. Basante Vasanti Kusuma Sukumare Avayavaihi. Sweet sounds of cuckoo birds could be heard. Trees are all full of colorful flowers, blooming with fragrance, and bumblebees were humming around on the clutches of the bakula flowers, and Krishna was affectionately playing with all the gopis on the banks of Yamuna river. We'll sing few verses of this Ashtapadi.
ललिता लवंगलता परिशीलन कोमल मलय समीरे मधुकरनिकर करम्बित कोकिल पूजित कुंज कुटीरे राधे विहरति हरिरिहा विहरति हरिरिहा सरस वसन्ते नृत्यति युवति जनेन समं सखी विरहि जनस्य दुरन्ते राधे विहरति हरिरिहा उन्मद मदन
Ashtapadi is very special because whenever Bhagavatas do Sita Kalyanam, when they do Nardanam, they always sing this Ashtapadi. So it was a sampradayam established by Bhadrachala Ramadasa. And in the fourth Ashtapadi, Krishna is beginning his Rasa Leela. Krishna was only 7 years old when Rasa Leela was performed. It was pure, unconditional, unalloyed, unadulterated love gopis had for Krishna. And these gopis were not ordinary women. They were all rishis who have done tapas for several births to be with Krishna in Rasa Leela. In the song, Jayadevar is beautifully explaining how Krishna is immersed in joyful pastimes with these beautiful gopis. We'll sing a couple of verses.
Chandana Chachita Nilakale Vara Hita Vasana Vanamali Kechalan Manikundala Manalita Gandayuga Smita Shari Radhe Haririha Mukhavaduni Kare Vilasini Vilasati Keli Pare Radhe Haririha Mukhavaduni Kare Pina Payodara Bharavale Parirabhya Saragam Gopavadu Ranugayati Kachid Udanchita Panchamaragam Radhe Haririha Mukhavaduni Kare Kapi Vilasa Vilola Vilochana Elana Janita Manojam Yayati Mukha Vaduradikam Madhusudana Vadana Sarojam Radhe Haririha Mukhavaduni Kare.
It is said in Bhagavata Purana, whoever hears and sings Rasa Leela of Krishna will get Suddha Bhakti, pure, unconditional love for Krishna. We'll sing Namavali.
जय जय देवा जय जगन्नाथ
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 जलजलोचना जय जनार्दन
जलजलोचना जय जनार्दना
देवकी बाला दीनवत्सला
देवकी माता दीनवत्सला
देवकी बाला दीनवत्सला
देवकी माता दीनवत्सला
देवबालका नाथवासका
देवबालका नाथवासका
नन्दकुमारा नवनीत चोरा
नन्दकुमारा नवनीत चोरा
नन्दकुमारा नवनीत चोरा
नन्दकुमारा नवनीत चोरा
नीरजवन निर्मलाकर
नीरजवना निर्मलाकरा
जय जय देवा जय जगन्नाथ
जय जय देवा जय जगन्नाथ
जलदलोचना जय जनार्दन
जलजलोचना
Ranganath Swami doesn't want to wait until 12th Ashtapati. He came in much earlier. So in the 5th Ashtapati, Radha is seeing Krishna enjoying with all the gopis, right? So she is feeling very upset. And she is feeling maybe I'm not important anymore, I'm not special anymore. So what she does, so she leaves the Rasa Mandapam secretly with another gopi and she goes out. Though Radha leaves Krishna and goes, she cannot even forget Krishna for a second, right? So she is remembering Krishna's curly hair, his beautiful eyes, his gopi chandanam, his pitambaram, his blue complexion, his ornaments. She is remembering all that. So that's the 5th Ashtapati. In 6th Ashtapati, Radha is talking to her Sakhi. She is telling her friend, Sakhi, though Krishna leaves me and goes away, I cannot even forget Krishna for a second. Because Krishna is dearer to me than my own life, Sakhi. But why did Krishna abandon me? When will he come back? My heart is longing for him. So Radha is talking to Sakhi all these things in 6th Ashtapati. And in the 7th Ashtapati, Krishna is realizing Radha has left the Rasa Mandapam. So he is remembering, oh, Radha is the essence of highest devotion, and he leaves all the other gopis and he also comes out of Rasa Mandapam going in search of Radha. He is calling out, Radha, Radha, where are you? And he came out. And now Krishna is thinking, when he meets Radha, how will she behave? What is she going to ask? What will she do? And he is thinking, oh beautiful Radha, I will never offend you again. Please allow me to see you once, Radha, where are you? And Krishna is saying, without Radha, my life, my wealth, my family, my relatives, my home, everything seems worthless without you, Radha. So please come back to me. Where are you, Radha? So he's calling out Radha, Radha, and he's searching for Radha. And in the 8th Ashtapati, Jayadevar is talking about Radha's viraham, her separation. Just like a fish out of water. Can a fish stay without water? No, right? So similarly, Radha could not even stay for a second without Krishna. The rays of moon is burning her, and even the cool breeze is paining her. She cannot even the sandalwood paste is burning her. She is lamenting in separation for Krishna. It's a beautiful Ashtapati where Jayadevar explains the viraham of Radharani. He'll sing a couple of verses in 8th Ashtapati.
Nindati chandanam indu kiranam anuvindati kedam adhiram vyalanilaya milayena dharanamiva kalayati malaya samiram Krishna Avadina Madhava Manasija Vishikavaya Diva Bhavanaya Vailina Krishna Savirahe Avadina Avirala Nipatita Madana Sharadiva Bhavadavanaya Isharam Swahridaya Marmani Varmakarodiya Jalanani Darajaram Krishna Savirahe Avadina.
Now Jayadevar and Padmavati are doing bhakti together, right? Jayadevar would compose these Ashtapatis and Padmavati would show those expressions and dance. That's how they were doing it together. When composing this 8th Ashtapati, he was writing about Radha's viraham, right? So Padmavati was trying to show Radha's viraham in her expressions. Jayadevar was saying, no, you need to show some more viraham, some more viraham. So Padmavati was trying to do viraham, and she gets into that Radharani's mood and she faints. So Krishna immediately appears in front of them and tells them, the way you are doing bhakti is so lalitam, so maduram and so pleasing to my heart. So continue to do bhakti like this. He blesses them. Padmavati Charana Charana Chakravarti. So in the 9th Ashtapati also Jayadeva is explaining Radha's Viraham. And in the 10th Ashtapati, Sakhi is telling Radha, Radha, why are you suffering here without Krishna like this? So you go and meet Krishna. Krishna will be waiting for you. He is rolling in the ground calling for your name, Radha. He is calling out Radha, Radha. So when he is playing the flute also, he is saying Radha, Radha. And in that forest, when there are so many trees, right? When birds come and sit in some branches, there will be some noise, right? The leaves might move and in the branches. So Krishna is thinking, has Radha come? So he is looking in all direction, wherever even when bird is coming and sitting. So here, Jayadeva beautifully explains that, Krishna is waiting how Sakhi is telling Radha to go and meet Krishna. And in the 12th Ashtapadi is very special because though Jayadeva is composing this Gita Govindam in his home in front of his Radha and Krishna, he is dedicating all these 24 Ashtapatis to Lord Jagannath. That's why he has composed 12th Ashtapati, the right in the middle of 24 Ashtapatis on the name of Lord Jagannath. That's why he has named the Ashtapati Natha Hare Jagannatha Hare. We'll hear a verse from that Ashtapati.
Pashyati dishi dishi rahasi bhavantam padadara madura madhuni pivantam nada hare Jagannatha Hare Sidati Radha Vasagrihe Nada Hare Jagannatha Hare.
And in the 13th Ashtapati, it is Radha's Pulambal. She's saying, Sakhi, why didn't Krishna come and meet me yet? Because now Sakhi told Radha to go and meet Krishna, right? So she could not even walk. She was feeling so weak. She was going to meet Krishna, but Krishna wasn't there. So Radha is thinking, even my Sakhi did Vanjagam to me. Even my Sakhi told a lie to me. Where did Krishna really leave me? Did he really abandon me? So Radha is thinking all that. And she's saying, where did my Bhagavan go? Maybe he is enjoying with some other gopis. So our Guruji has composed a Madhura Gitam in the same mood where Radha is, waiting for Krishna and, talking to her Sakhi. We will hear a few verses from that Madhura Gitam.
Karanam marindilane Sakhiye Karanam marindilane Sakhiye Kanavil vandennai kai pidipadaga Kanavil vandennai kai pidipadaga உரைத்தமன்னவன் இன்னும் வராத காரணம் அறிந்திலனே சகியே அழுதழுது கண்கள் சோர்ந்தது புலம்பலால் நாவும் வறண்டு போயிற்று அழுதழுது கண்கள் சோர்ந்தது புலம்பலால் நாவும் வறண்டு போயிற்று அவனன்றி எனக்கு ஆதரவில்லை ஆதரவில்லை ஆதரவுடன் அவனை அழைத்து வருவாய் காரணம் அறிந்திலனே சகியே காரணம் அறிந்திலனே சகியே
So now Radha is thinking, right, why did Krishna leaving? Did he really go to some other gopi? If it is so, then who is that Yarad? Yaramita vanama lina saki Yaramita vanama lina. Then Bhagavan comes. Now Radha had a doubt, right, that Krishna had gone with somebody. She's looking at him. There's so much of chandanam in his Pitambaram. So now Radha is confirmed that, he's playing around with some other gopi. So she's asking, Krishna, what is all this chandanam in your Pitambaram? Then Krishna is saying, no Radha, I just rolled in the banks of Yamuna. It's all mud. It's not chandanam. Then Radha is saying, no Krishna, you're telling lies. Then Krishna is saying, no Radha, you do one thing. You take a pot, put hundreds of snake into that. I'll put my hand into that and promise you, Radha. And Radha is saying, Nindral, Kudayam, Irundal, Simhasanamam, you are lying down in Adisesha, will that snake bite you? I won't agree, Krishna, this is not right. Then Krishna is saying, then let's do one thing. Bring a red hot iron rod, make it really burning. Then I'll put my hands in that rod and promise you, Radha, that I didn't go with anybody. Then Radha is saying, you are having this Sudarshan Chakra, and that Sudarshan Chakra is more powerful than thousands of sun, and will this heat burn you? No Krishna, I won't accept it. And Krishna is saying, then do one thing, call 30 Mukkoti Devargal, call Indra, Varuna, Chandra and ask them. Then Radha is saying, they are all your Jalra Goshti, how can I believe them, they won't support me. Then Radha is saying, just go away Krishna. Yahi Madhava, Yahi Keshava, go away Krishna, just go away. And then she sends Krishna. Immediately when Krishna goes, then she is feeling bad again. So she is asking her Saki, maybe I did a mistake, right? I should not have sent Krishna, right? Who is he? He is the essence of all Vedas, Ella Sastrattoda Saram. Avanapai amshtene, I should not have done this, right, Saki? So she is asking her friend. Then Saki is saying, Radha, don't worry. We may get angry with Bhagavan, but Bhagavan never gets angry with us. So he'll come back for sure, Radha, don't worry. Then Agachatvaraya Dinasharaliya. So Krishna come back again. So Krishna is coming back again after some time. And Krishna is saying, Radha, why are you still angry? Give up your anger. It's baseless. Just look at me with your beautiful face and smile. I want to see all your teeth with beautiful smile, your glow. Look at me, you are my very life, Radha. Vadasi yati kinchitapi.
Vadasi yadi kinchidapi dantaruchi kaumudi Arasurarati viramati goram Puradadara sirave tavadana chandrama Rochayatu lochana chakoram Priye charushile Priye charushile Munjamayi manamanidanam Sapati madananalo Dahati mama manasam Dehi mukha kamala madhupanam Priye charushile Priye charushile Tvamasi mama jivanam Tvamasi भवतु भवती रमयी सततमनुरोधिनी तत्र मम हृदयमतियत्नं प्रिये चारुशीले प्रिये चारुशीले मुञ्चमयि मानमनिरायम् सपदि मदनानलो दहति मम मानसम् देहि मुखकमलमधुपानं प्रिये चारुशीले चारुशीले.
Now, here we can say, Bhagavan, keep your lotus-like hands in my head. We can say, Bhagavan, keep like your lotus-like feet in my head. Now it is Devavani, Divyavani, right? It's just coming out of Jayadevar. So he wrote, Bhagavan is keeping his lotus feet in Radha's head. He is taking Radha on his lotus feet and putting in his head. He wrote it. It just came out of him like that. Then he feels, oh my God, what did I even write? Grantham Pandani Ishtathukku edho eludittam polrukke. He's feeling so embarrassed. What did I write? Why did I write like this? So he erases everything immediately. And he's telling Padmavati, I'm just going to the river to refresh myself. I have to take bath. So he's just going out immediately and he's erasing, making sure everything is erased. That particular verse, Charanam. And he goes and he's coming back after some time. And he's thinking now he has to fill up that particular Charanam, right? So what he's doing is he's thinking, okay, let me read from the beginning and fill up this Charanam. So when he is reading, this Charanam is written again. Then Jayadeva is shocked. I erased it, I know I erased it. So he calls Padmavati. Padmavati, who wrote this? And Padmavati is saying, I don't know what you are asking, but 2 hours back you said you are going to river to take bath, but you came within 10 minutes, you filled up everything you wrote and you went back. I did not see what you wrote. Jayadeva was asking, did you see me coming? Did I come? Yes, you came, you wrote. Then Bhagavan from Antaryami, from inside, he is saying, Jayadeva, I came. I wrote it. So Bhagavan is showing that this is so sammadam to him. So he is saying from within that, he is the one who wrote it. Jayadeva is so happy. He is asking Padmavati, you know what? You saw Bhagavan. Krishna came. Did he get water from your hands and drink? How was he looking? How was he walking? How was he smiling? Tell me, Padmavati. So that's why in this particular Ashtapadi, for the first time in the mudra, he is also adding Padmavati's name. Jayati Padmavati Ramana Jayadeva Kavi. So he's adding Padmavati's name to this Ashtapadi because Bhagavan came and gave darshan to Padmavati in this one, right? So like this, Jayadeva and Padmavati together compose and complete Gita Govindam compositions. And they are singing this in front of their Radha and Krishna every day. These Ashtapatis become so popular, so famous. Everybody is starting to, realize the greatness of Ashtapati and everybody is singing. King who was ruling at that time was Lakshmana Sevak Maharaj. He is hearing so much about the popularity of Ashtapati and he is thinking, who is this Jayadeva? Everybody is talking about Jayadeva as Ashtapati. I am also a learned person. I can write in Sanskrit. I will also write 24 Ashtapatis. And he starts writing Ashtapatis and he writes 24 Ashtapatis. And he calls everybody, all Sanskrit scholars, Vedic Pandits, everybody, all knowledgeable people in his kingdom, and he's saying, see, this is Jayadeva's Ashtapatis, 24 Ashtapatis, and this is my Ashtapatis. I am the king. I have written all these Ashtapatis. You can read all these, all 24 of kings, and mine and Jayadeva's, and tell me which is the best. Then all Vidwans, all scholars, everybody is saying, even though you say you are king of the whole universe, that's fine. But your Ashtapatis cannot even come close to Jayadeva's Ashtapatis. They are very special. They are divine. King is not accepting. Who are you to say? I'll ask Lord Jagannath. Let me go and ask Lord Jagannath. So they all go to Lord Jagannath's temple and they keep King's Ashtapatis and Jayadeva's Ashtapatis in Jagannath Puri, Sannidhi Jagannath temple, and they close the door. Next day morning when they open the door, Jagannath Swami throws King's Ashtapati and they are looking where is Jayadeva's Ashtapati. It is in Jagannath's head, in Sirasam. So Jagannath Swami is showing to this world how these Ashtapatis are so dear to him. King understood his mistake. He is begging forgiveness to Jayadeva and Padmavati and he is calling them to his kingdom to do Maryada. So Jayadeva and Padmavati go to King's court and King is paying so much of obeisances to them and he is giving so much of gold, so much of property and everything, so much of wealth and everything. And Jayadeva is saying, I don't need all that. But King is insisting, you have to take all this. He could not say no. And he is sending them and palanquin, somebody is carrying them and going and leaving Jayadeva and Padmavati in their home. So while walking through the forest, those people were thinking, okay, these two people are alone. We are walking in the forest, nobody is around. If we throw them in the well, we can take away all this gold, money, everything and run away. They think, oh, it's a very good idea. So they throw them, Jayadeva and Padmavati in the well and these people take everything and run away. So it was a forest, right? So kings go for hunting and all that. So another king from the neighboring kingdom comes and he's seeing Jayadeva and Padmavati in the well. He's saving them and he's taking them to his kingdom. He realizes it is Jayadeva and Padmavati. He is so pleased. He is serving them and he is calling Bhagavatas every day to sing in front of Jayadeva. And whoever is pleasing Jayadevas, to those Bhagavatas he is giving so much of wealth, so much of money. So Jayadeva and Padmavati was staying in that king's court for some time. But then Jayadeva didn't want to live his life in palace. He wants to go back to his home. So he's telling King, I want to go back. But King is saying, no, Swami, you have to be with us. You have to be in this kingdom. Jayadeva is thinking, maybe if I say Tirtha Yatra, he'll just leave me. So Jayadeva goes and tells the king, I want to go for Tirtha Yatra. It's been so many years that I went. Then king is saying to me, oh, very nice. I also want to go for Tirtha Yatra. I'll come with you. We will both will go together. So Jayadeva could not escape. So Jayadeva and king, they go for Tirtha Yatra. And Padmavati is now staying in the palace, right? Now she has become friends with the queen. So one day Padmavati and queen were walking in the kingdom. They are seeing a woman who is ready to jump into the fire because her husband had passed away. Those days there was a practice, right? If husband goes sati where wife jumps into the fire. A lady was waiting to jump into the fire because she didn't want to live anymore without her husband. So then this queen was saying, see, my husband is ruling this kingdom with so much of dharma. That's why pativratas like her are still here. See, she doesn't even want to live without her husband. Padmavati is saying, yeah, that is pativrata. She is a pativrata. But there is one other sthanam. The moment you hear that your husband is gone, the soul has to pass away immediately. That is the real pativrata dharma. Then queen is thinking, is Padmavati a pativrata like that? Let me test her. She didn't know what she was getting into. So she arranges for somebody to come and give a message that Jayadeva is gone. So queen and Padmavati were sitting and talking together and somebody is coming and giving a message. While Jayadeva was walking in the forest, tiger came and ate him. He is gone. Immediately Padmavati falls down. Queen didn't expect this. She was shocked. She didn't know what she was doing. She didn't know what she had to do now. What will she answer Jayadeva? What is she going to do? What will king say? She could not even believe it. Fortunately, that evening, Jayadeva is coming back with king. They are coming back from the Tirtha Yatra. When they both hear all this, king gets so angry. He's so mad. But Jayadeva is saying it is Bhagavan's Leela. Don't worry about it so much. And king is saying, no, you can take it that way, but I cannot take it that way. Lifelong, this will kill me. So please, you have to bring back Padmavati to life. Then Jayadeva is saying the 19th Ashtapati is Mrita Sanjeevani. It has the power to bring back even dead person. So I'll sing that Ashtapati. And he's singing this Priya Charushile that we just sang. And so Padmavati wakes up. Now, when something like this happens, you can imagine how this news would spread across the kingdom. So this news spread, everybody understood the greatness of Ashtapatis, everybody is realizing the greatness, Mahima of Ashtapati. Now all the music teachers and all the dance teachers, everybody is starting to teach Ashtapati to their students. Once, a little girl, small little girl, maybe she was, 3rd grade or something like that, she was singing these Ashtapatis that she learned from a teacher, and she's walking around in a garden and she's collecting flowers. And when she's singing this Ashtapati, Krishna is so happy and Krishna is following her. And when she is done with the Ashtapati, she was collecting flowers, Krishna takes his ring and puts it in that basket and goes away. And now she didn't know this, right? She was just collecting the flowers and she gave it to the merchant to, make garland or something. That person is seeing this ring. How did this girl get this ring? This seems to be like a ring of a king. It's a Navaratna ring. It's so expensive. How will an ordinary person like her will have this ring? So he wants to be safe. So he gives this message to king and he gives this ring to king. So it appeared as if, this girl had stolen something from king's court or something like that. So that night, Jagannath Swami comes in the dream of that king and tells him, Balam Niraparadam Tamunja Satyo Mahipati. That girl is innocent. I put that ring in her basket. So king is asking, why? Why did you put this for her, Krishna? Because Gita Govinda Ganena Prasanna Hridayestu Aham. She was singing Gita Govindam. What can I do, king? Wherever and whenever somebody is singing this Ashtapati, my heart just melts. I'm so pleased. So I cannot stop myself. That's why I gave her that ring. So so king is asking Jagannath Swami, Krishna, is this Ashtapati so dear to you? Then Bhagavan is saying, Yatra yatra kurvanti Gita Govinda Kirtanam, wherever this Ashtapati is sung, tatra tatra prema purvam nrityavi prithvi pate. There I am dancing. I am enjoying those Ashtapatis. Then, so Krishna is saying, Tasmat, so you do one thing. Sarva prayatnena Gita Govinda Kirtanam Tvam Mandire Puja Kale Dine Dine. So every day in my temple in Jagannath Puri, these Ashtapatis should be sung every single day. So from that day till today, all these 24 Ashtapatis are being sung in Jagannath Puri in front of Jagannath Sannidhi every single day. These Ashtapatis are also being sung in Guruvayur temple and many other temples. Because Krishna himself, Jagannath himself has told us how these compositions are dear to him, right? So here in Atlanta, we have a beautiful Ashtapati team. Teja ji is teaching Ashtapati for all of us. In one of the pravachans this time when we were in India, Guruji said, for us, Govindapuram is Jagannath Puri. Because Lord Jagannath has come down to Govindapuram for all of us, so we all don't have to go to Orissa to see Lord Jagannath. Lord Jagannath is so compassionate. Now that Jagannath Swami, who our Guruji and Shri Anna celebrated in Rathotsavam this year in Govindapuram, is coming to Atlanta. He's on the way, he's flying right now. So we can all imagine, we are all immensely fortunate. There is nothing that we need to ask for in this life more than this, because Lord Jagannath is coming to Atlanta. From Govindapuram, we are all so blessed, so fortunate. By the grace of Bhagavan, let this team grow more and more. Let more and more people join and we all sing together Ashtapatis every week for the pleasure of Lord Jagannath, because Lord Jagannath himself has said wherever Ashtapati is sung, he is there. So I think he is pleased with you all singing Ashtapati every week. That's why Lord Jagannath himself has come down. So today's Harikatha we will conclude auspiciously by singing Jayadeva's Kalyana Ashtapati.
राधा वदन विलोकन विकसित विविध विकार दिवङ्गम् जलनिधिमिव विदुमण्डल दर्शन तरलितरुङ्गतरङ्गम् हरिणे करसं चिरमविरचित विलासम् सारज गुरु हर्षवसंवद वदनमनङ्ग विकासम् हरिणे करसं चिरमविरचित विलासम् हारममलकर तारमुरसिरं परिरभ्य विदूरम् स्फुटतरवेण कदम्बकरं गीतम् इव यमुना जलपूरम् हरिणे करसं चिरमविरचित विलासम् श्यामलदुलकलेवरमण्डलम् अधिगत गौररूपोलम् नीलनलिनमिव पीतवरागकदलवलयितमूलम् हरिणे करसं चिरमविरचित विलासम् तरलगञ्जल चलनमनोहर वदनजनीयसलिरागम् स्फुटकमलोदर केलिगञ्जन युगमिवचरति तडागम् हरिणे करसं चिरमविरचित विलासम् वदनकमल परिशीलन मिलित मीरसमकुण्डल शोकम् स्मितरुचिरुचिर समुल्लसिताकर करसं चिरमविलसितविलासं श्री जयदेव वनितविभव कृतभूषण
Thank you all for this wonderful opportunity. Special thanks to Teja ji for teaching us all these wonderful Ashtapatis. Thanks to Vinodini, Meena, Kamala ji, Vijaya ji, Radha ji, Lakshmi Subhadra ji, Darshana, Harshita, Rama ji, Satya ji, Hema ji. Thank you all for coming today. By Bhagwan's grace, we should do more Harikatha together in future. Radhe Radhe. कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यत्तत् सकलं परस्मै श्रीमन्नारायणायेति समर्पयामि. गोपिका जीवनस्मरणं गोविन्द गोविन्द. गुरुनाथ महाराज की
जय.